What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. Welcome to Afternoons Delight. So, let's talk about how Abby Steiner literally would have been in second place tonight if her legs were fresh. Literally would have been in better shape. Man, that's crazy, man. It is crazy how those scores went. I mean, it's crazy, man. First, I'm going to do something a little different than I usually do in my videos. I'm going to ask y'all to hit that like button here in the beginning of the video, man. Definitely hit the like button for me, y'all. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel, especially if you're new in the zoo. If you want to leave any comments, definitely leave them down below. And if you want to donate to the channel, hit that super thanks button below the video if you be so kind. Let's get back into it. So, looking at these scores here for Abby Steiner's race, They told me a story that it's got me thinking a lot, right? It's got me thinking a lot. So Shericka JACKSON and Shelly-Ann FRASER-PRYCE have the only scores under 22 flat. And I said this in my previous videos. I said a lot of these girls are not going to run over a 22 flat. And this was a much slower heat than I expected. I talked about this in my first video that I did tonight. If y'all want to go back and watch that one, my initial reaction video, go back and watch that one, and I talk about it there. But as you guys see here, you see these scores here here on the screen. Dina ASHER-Smith had only a 22.02. This was a slow heat. A lot of people thought it was going to be faster based off the semifinals. Obviously, the wind kind of affected those scores in the semifinals. But the one thing that didn't really change too much was that Abby Steiner didn't run on the 22 flat the whole run, which tells me her legs were dead. I made a video about that just before this. Tamara CLARK as well, based on her score, the two Americans in this race, that the legs weren't fresh enough for them to really compete towards the top or compete for a spot on the podium. But I wanted to talk about this in depth a little bit because one thing that I was right about when it came to Shelly-Ann FRASER-PRYCE was that I said she's got a ceiling. The best chance for the Jamaicans to really sweep was that they needed Elaine Thompson-HERAH to be really healthy. And I think Elaine Thompson-HERAH, because she's done it before with a personal best score of 21.53, she could have been in front of Shelly-Ann FRASER-PRYCE. Now, next year, things are going to look different because you're going to have a healthier Elaine Thompson-HERAH. You're going to have Gabby Thompson in here. And then Abby Steiner and Tamara Clark, their legs aren't going to be as dead, so they're going to be challenging in here. Dina ASHER-Smith is the disappointing one in this group. She needed a faster time than that. Her legs are way healthier than everybody else's. You know, that was behind her. Like, she needed a 21.80 like Shelly-Ann FRASER-PRYCE. I'm surprised she ran this slow. You know what I mean? And then when you look at Abby Steiner's personal best, even her college personal best was a 21.80, was better than what Shelly-Ann FRASER-PRYCE got with a 21.81. That's insane. Abby Steiner would have been in second place. And so one thing, I was going to make a video on this, but it was too late. You know, it was too late for me to make that video. I was going to make a video because I found out at the last second about Michael Johnson, what he said yesterday, or I don't know if he said this on Tuesday night or if he said this on yesterday, but the video was circulating around yesterday, and Michael Johnson actually predicted that Abby Steiner was going to be in second place if depending on her leg conditioning right now, and he was right. He said she was going to get second place. He must have knew something we didn't know. Remember, for those of y'all that watched my video, remember I was asking y'all what score is going to take to be in third place? And I asked that because I was assuming that you might need below a 21.70 based on how fast the semifinals was going. So I started thinking like maybe Abby Steiner won't make the podium at all. Maybe she'll get in fourth place. And maybe even fifth because there could be another runner ahead of her. I thought this heat was going to run much faster than it did. It was very slow. I know the wind speed had a lot to do with it, but this field ran so slow. And seeing Shericka JACKSON get a higher score, it means that a lot of these girls should have been racing a lot faster than they did. So if Abby Steiner raced for a personal best and her legs were fresh, she would have beat Shelly-Ann FRASER-PRYCE. I want people to realize that. Her personal best is a 21.77. That would have been enough for second place. She wouldn't even needed to improve on that score. She would have been in second place if she raced for personal best, but her legs gave out on her. Okay? This is why I feel really good about Abby Steiner. I'm going to make another video right after this talking about Abby Steiner's future and how I feel really good about it. Abby Steiner, if you're an American fan right now, you should not be giving up on Abby Steiner. She literally lets you know today, if her legs weren't as tired, she would have been in second place. That's crazy to think about. That's absolutely crazy to think about. She would have been in second place if her legs were just as fresh as they were at Nationals. And they weren't even that fresh at Nationals. I had someone tell me that Abby was actually, because she was at the part of her season where her legs were starting to give out on her, she might have been able to race like a 21.65 at the Nationals. That's how scary she was. She raced so hard at the collegiate finals, that she couldn't get a 21.70 or 21.65, which is what she was poised to do at Nationals with that type of run that she had. And that's why I'm feeling really good about Abby Steiner next year, because she's going to have less races, a very limited schedule, not going to be 55 races like she had this year. She's going to be able to burn people up. She's going to be able to burn people the fuck up, bro. For real. She's going to be able to burn people up. She's going to dust a lot of people. The only person I don't see her dusting is Shericka Jackson. I think she's eventually going to get Shericka Jackson, but it's going to take some years, because I think Shericka Jackson is in her own zone. You know, she's going to have to give out a little bit, you know. The only person I can definitely see, because I'm not even that sure if she could beat Elaine Thompson-HERAH standing up straight, because Elaine Thompson-HERAH can run fast, but Elaine Thompson-HERAH has trouble at championship events too. That's the one thing about her as well. She doesn't come through in the big championship events for whatever reason. But Shelly-Ann FRASER-PRYCE, I believe if Shelly-Ann FRASER-PRYCE sticks around through 2024, at some point Abby Steiner is going to beat her. Some point Abby Steiner is going to beat Shelly-Ann. The longer she sticks around, the more time she's giving Abby Steiner to figure her out, track her down, and beat her. Because her scores, look, 21.81. That's not enough to beat Abby Steiner when Abby Steiner is fully healthy. And nobody could say she was pressing off the gas, because Shelly-Ann was racing hard, man. So I don't want to hear that she wasn't racing that hard. This is the damn final. She was racing hard, bro. The only two healthy legs that I saw, the only three healthy legs that I saw in this whole entire race was Jackson, FRASER-PRYCE, and Asher-Smith. Because I think even SEYNI didn't look like her legs was that healthy either. She looked a little burnt out. Kambunji, I know she's burnt out, you know, a little bit. Even though they haven't had as many races as the collegiate stars, but they didn't even look like their legs were there, you know. So it's crazy to see that Abby Steiner would have been in second place if her legs were fresher, based off of her personal best. Because she probably would have ran for her personal best too. And that's why I'm like, bro, don't sleep on Abby Steiner, bro, because, bro, this is looking really good in the future for her. It's looking really good. Her legs are only going to get stronger. She's going to get more experience, which is really the aid that's going to help her. It's the experience part, because she's going to run a smarter race and stuff like that. She's going to figure it out. The only thing that I want her to do, and I hope her coach fixes this, I want her to run in more 100 meters. I want her to run in 100 meters and really concentrate on her first 100 meters so she can master the entire race. All right? Not just the back half of the 200 meters. I want her to get the first 100 meters kind of clap down. Try to average a, 10.67 in 100 meters or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man, in the future with that, man. But I'm going to remind y'all to go ahead and give this video a like. Definitely hit that like button for me. Share the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know how you feel about the times and how that equates to Abby being in second place. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think, man. And let me know if you still support Abby Steiner, man. I want to know if y'all still support her, man, on the US side, man. I want to know if y'all still support her, man. Get it, yeah. So also, if you want to donate to the channel, hit the thanks button below. Thank y'all for watching. After News to Light.